Content warning. Echo can be an emotionally intense experience and may not be for everyone. Echo contains themes of an adult nature, including violence, torture, drug usage, and harsh language. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, we are joined in today by Arden.
The emotional support AI.
Yes, because I need it so badly for this. It's crazy. Also, I think this feels like quite a feat, noting I've covered damn near every other square inch of town. There's a few binders and booklets nearby my side with the titles like Colville Stormwater Drainage Plan 1999 and Drought Resistant Plant Guide. Next to them, there's what looks to be some kind of unopened canister of fumigation stuff. I reached down to grab it when I noticed the fur on my arm. It's wriggling. A couple of brown strands of fur seemed to bounce back and forth, and I became cognizant that my arm has been tingling for a while now. Glancing past my fingertips, I see this beige mass near the end of my foot, and that's when I see the legs.
Oh, immediately into this then.
Oh my god! A blonde tarantula about an inch away from the tips of my toes.
Oof.
My
That
throat.
is a nope.
My throat closes in on itself before I can fully scream. I blink, writhing back. Next thing I know, it's on my chest. It moves faster than I can even see. Its pittering legs, feeling like they're all over me. I grab the edges of my shirt, trying to fling it off, but it's already on my neck. I slap at it, feeling the squish and hearing every light clicking squeak. The edge of my neck begins to burn, and I pull back my paw to inspect my palm. There's no tarantula. Instead, I see the 8 razor thin and black abdomen. On the abdomen, a splotchy pigmentation. I see it in the bottom corner. It's on the chest. It's on the character's chest.
Oh,
There's a splotchy
no.
pigmentation of red. The number 8? My pulse quickens when I realize it's an hourglass.
Black Widow.
A Black Widow. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I look down at my arms again and realize it isn't just my fur moving. There's a little red and black specks everywhere. No! I tear out my own shirt, jumping to my knees and trying to bat at the seemingly infinite number of spindly fanged arachnids. Each time I bat my arms, more of their guts cover my paws and fur until it feels like my paws are wet. It's not just my arms anymore. They're inside my shirt, my shorts, my face. I tried plugging my nose, keeping my muzzle shut as I rolled on the floor, not daring to open my mouth and scream. I fling my shirt off, then pull my shorts. I see the webbing of the nest as I sat upon the fabric of my shorts, oodles of the babies and not so babies crawling out. Naked, I managed to scramble to my feet and run to the other side of the room. I tear at my own fur, pulling out the spider-filled clumps in the process with such ferocity that the skin beneath bleeds. I pull and I pull, my vision blurred from my own fear, induced weeping. The needle shot sensation of when they bite is the worst part. It doesn't hurt as much as I thought it would, but I can feel it every time, over and over again. I pull a large one off my face and throw it to the ground. A scruff of my fur comes off my goatee, going with it. Dancing up and down, I try to shake the remaining ones, but they cling incessantly. Trying to pull each one off is impossible. They're too fast. Sometimes I only manage to grab a few legs and the thick abdomen. The rest of them just remains embedded in my fur. Spider blood isn't red or green like it is in the video games or movies. It's a faint blue kind of color, and it feels like it's all over me. I take rapid short breaths, each one more strained than the last. My whole body shakes. I can't tell whether there are symptoms of panic or the venom itself. I try the door again, pulling and pushing as hard as I can before throwing myself at it. Nothing happens. I kick at it like they do in the movies. Nothing happens. I'm stuck, trapped, and I can see the spiders everywhere. Even after getting most of them off, they're all over the floor, the walls, the ceiling, and my clothes. I retreat to the dampest, water-stained corner of the room. The staining is so bad it looks like it's been burnt black. Spiders don't like moist areas. I remember reading about that at least. I continue to pick at my fur even after I think they're all gone. I can still feel them. I can also feel my muscles around my neck and shoulders begin to cramp. My stomach feels like it's being twisted inside out, and it isn't before long I get the sensation of hot bile rising up my throat. The rough edges of the morning's rice treat scrapes my insides. I reel forward as it all comes spewing out my mouth. I can't breathe. It burns so much. I try to call out for help, but every time I open my mouth, it's just more vomit. There's another black widow climbing up my leg, but I can't focus enough to swat at it. Each breath I take is blubbering, like acid is going straight into my lungs. I just need someone to help me. I clench my eyes shut tight, and when I open them, everything's different. The modern bookshelves and electronic equipment are replaced with all this old-timey crap I can't make out. But I see it past a wooden chair, a door. How the hell? The puking has slowed to a trickle from the edges of my mouth, but the insides still burn. I manage to push myself off the wall, stepping upon creaky floorboards that weren't there a minute ago. I stumbled past old wagon wheels and piles of what appears to be Bibles. Eventually, I reach it. The light. The door's already open ajar, so I just push. And it doesn't budge. No. Why? Why won't it open? I sink down to the floor, half collapsing as my knees start to give out. Help! I finally managed to croak out. Good Lord. I managed to turn my head in the direction of the voice. A blurry figure now stands in the room, his voice one of shock. Professor Tibbets! I can't tell if he's looking at me or past me. Cliff? And just like that, he's gone. The room, though, the room is still here. It's all red like before. I feel compelled to stand up again, but my legs won't budge. I just can't. Everything hurts. I shift my eyes down. The black widow that was crawling up me earlier is now a blonde tarantula. Why is this happening? Someone. I can't think straight. I just want to go home. Leo! Help! I miss home. God, I wish I was home. I hate this. Why won't anyone help? Why'd they all leave me? Why can't I get out? Useless. Oh, don't tell me that. Just die already. I'm not going to die. I'm not. The cramping in my muscles is the most intense I've felt. It's like the flesh itself is being peeled from the bone, each nerve ending plucked like whiskers. The tarantula is on my face now, on the tip of my nose. I can see all of its eyes, and in those eyes I see the reflection of my own. Its dusty blonde hair begins to shift, dissolving into darkness contrasted with neon orange markings, and it becomes nothing. I close my eyes and wait. Find him. Dead. I sling the bow over my shoulder and set my quiver down on the yellow plastic table next to me. It's got a little cubby holder in the center meant for storing crayons and shit, but I haven't used it for that in a long time. I approach the target and tear off the photograph I printed out at the school's library. I remember the librarian giving me quite the look about it. Not that I was gonna explain to her what it was for. Right between his turban, though. Not bad for 150 feet. I smile, holding it up and seeing the sunlight shine through the hole. It's at this moment that I start feeling a bit silly. Who the fuck I'm kidding? Nobody's gonna kill this guy with a bow. They'll blast him into 100 pieces with a weaponized UAV. Also, they don't let in the military. Still, Uncle will dig this. He can hang it up in the garage next to the 125 feet ones.
What?
He's been trying to get me to practice more with the 22, but I like the bow better. It's quiet, so I don't get to worry about the county sheriff getting called again. And not that I'd ever admit it, but I fucking hate the noise. I think I got sensitive ears or something. Carl's telling me to just use a silencer. Like, that's how it fucking works. Dude's gonna grow up dumb in the movies and video games, have no clue how the real world works. I'm giving this person a southern accent just because of the guitar, but I know it's not in the past. Because, like, it's fun doing the southern accent sometimes. I don't know who this is talking, though. I know he's talking about Carl, so I'm assuming this is Flynn?
Maybe?
Maybe. The place, at least, feels pretty far away from any house besides my own. I think I've only ever seen one other non-friend slash family person out here, and that was Heather's mom, stoned off her ass. None of the group are really into this stuff, so it's pretty aight when I'm wanting to be alone. I fold up the picture, stuffing it into the side pocket of the cargo pants. I walk back to the firing line, taking hold of my quiver once again. I draw my bow, readying another arrow. I'm about to fire, though. This nearby rumbling sound starts coming from the road a mile north. Sounds like someone's going off-roading. I squint past the glare of the afternoon sun and spot a pale blue of a truck heading in my direction. Though the windshield I spot is familiar, small tuft face. It is Flynn! What the hell? I drop my gear, watching the vehicle accelerate, then decelerate haphazardly. Shitbird, what are you doing? The truck pulls up and comes to an abrupt halt. I sit up the driver's side window, about to chastise the furry bastard, but the look on his face stops me. I don't see any sort of jest, a self-satisfied mischief as the kid steps out. Just shaken, wide-eyed blankness. Whoa, what the hell's going on, dude? Flynn! I wish I get Sydney's voice, actually. This is Sydney.
Oh,
We
man.
are in the past. Should I give them the southern accent? What do you think, Arden? Yeah?
I mean, it is country area.
True,
so,
southwestern, if anything.
Yeah, southwestern at best.
Yeah. Flynn, can you help? Can you come with me? He's acting weird as hell. Why?
It's another otter.
Please? I sigh. Yeah, scoot over. No way I'm letting someone even younger drive me around. Just a sec. I'm gonna grab my gear so no one steals it. Then he just nods. I turn, walking back to grab my cooler, bow, and quiver. I'm guessing his folks are being fucky again. Still, he's gonna get his hide tan for jacking their truck. I throw my equipment in the truck bed before opening the driver's side door. Sydney's already sitting in the passenger side. I notice his eyes, the way they look all bleary and pink around the edges. He's been crying. God damn. Wanna tell me what's up? Sydney says nothing. You ain't been killing hookers again, have you? I know the bitches step out of line sometimes and you gotta keep your pimp hand strong, but there are limits, little guy. I smirk at him. He just looks down in between his knees, cupping his face in his paws. Ugh. I'm not helping, am I? I clear my throat. Well, shit. Please tell me where we're going. Sydney rubs his face with his wet paws. Finally, he lifts his head and speaks. Whoa. We step around the damp sticks and bramble before eventually reaching the clearing. Sydney seems to get more nervous every step we take, muttering something about being tough every now and then. I decided a while ago I was going to pry, but I feel like myself getting increasingly nervous. What the hell are we doing here? All the way out here. Eventually it comes to a stop, then points past some bushes. I can see what looks like to be a rusted metal past the green. I raise a brow at him before stepping through. I see him and my gut sinks. This is from the nightmare that we had with Chase. I think
Ooh,
this is where his dad killed himself in front of Sydney.
repeat. Oof.
Ugh. Part of me wondered what could have possibly made Sydney act like this, and the thought crossed my mind, but I didn't want to believe it. He's laying down in an awkward pose, leg bent up and tucked beneath the front bumper of the abandoned van. At first, I think his mouth is open, but then I realize half his jaw is missing. A clear hole of his. Is this his dad? I can see where the spine connects to the brain and everything. The blood is so dark, it's like motor oil. The words catch in my throat. I'm gonna be sick. I hear crying from beside me, and I know he's there, and I know he's seeing this too. Okay. Wow. Wow? Really? What did you. I didn't kill him.
Yep,
Sydney,
you're right.
Sydney steps up to me and a surge of emotion upon his previously blank face. I didn't kill him, I swear. I spot the rifle next to the corpse. It's a 22, long barrel, a really awkward weapon to try to kill yourself due to its length. I turn, the sight of it making me feel like I'm about to lose my breakfast. Are you sure? I wouldn't blame you if you did. I didn't. His shrill yell catches me off guard, and I nearly lose my nerve. Okay. He took you out here and shot himself? We were arguing, and he saw the van and started acting weird. His voice is much higher pitched than it usually is. Sydney always puts on a fake, gravelly sort of cadence to sound tough. Doesn't have any of that now, and sounds just like any old scared little kid. He left me, then he came back an hour and with his gun. He said he wanted me to watch him do it. He looks like he's about to hyperventilate. He covers his face with his forearms, whimpering out loud. My head hurts. I take him by the shoulders and turn him away from the scene. Let's take you back to the truck, eh? I believe you. Sydney's dad was a weird motherfucker. Really grinny, like TJ's folks, but even more completely fucking fake. We all used to go to the same church down to Prior Valley, so he treated me like I was one of them. As of late, though, he's been acting real strange towards me. I always wonder if my parents told him something. And they probably did, because I remember... But, like... Oh, no, I just assumed Sydney was, like, even younger from that dream. I thought he was, like, 9 or younger when he did it. No. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I didn't realize how recent that was for them. Like, how close. Not recent, but, like, how close in time.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking doesn't matter now, does it? Let's sit you back down in the truck, okay? It's warm in there. Sydney just nods. We reach the truck and I start noticing little things about it that makes my heart sink. The pack of Sydney's dad's chewing gum on the dashboard. His fish bait pro game bumper sticker. The Alpine Wind air freshener that dangles from the rearview mirror. All of this shit for a person who's just gone. I put the keys in the ignition, then turn on the heater and radio. All that the antenna picks up out here is some twangy country stuff. I step around to the truck bed and unzip the plastic cooler I got. I ate all the jerky from earlier. All that's left is a couple of lemon lime sodas. Also, hi binary. Sorry, my chat was being blocked by the timer.
Wop, wop, wop.
Wop wop. I take one and hand it to Sydney. Here, drink this. His parents never let him have soda. I sort of expect him to just hold it and keep staring ahead blankly, but he actually pops the top and starts glugging it down. There's more in the back if you get thirsty. They're gonna think I did it, aren't they? Who will? Everyone. They're gonna think I'm a monster. I open my mouth to dismiss that, but the more I think about it, the more suspicious it all looks. Not that I doubt Sydney for a fucking second. He wouldn't lie to me about something serious like this. But the cops? Dude, Sydney. The angle of the gunshot. He looks up at me, his big eyes welling up. It looks bad, like he couldn't have. I didn't want him to do it. I tried and I tried and I tried. I talked to him for hours. I kept trying to pull it away. He wouldn't listen to me and he just kept talking. I resist the urge to muffle him as he begins to scream, looking around nervously. I don't think many people come to this part of the state land. Instead, I place a hand on his back, rubbing gingerly. It's okay. It's okay. I thought if you yank hard enough. It's not dribbled from his nose, which he wiped quickly on his jacket. He just shakes his head. It fired. Feel my gut twisting at the prospect of what I'm about to do. It's like my insides have gone cold, as if the thermal padding in my clothing was gone. I'll take care of it. What do you mean? Bury him. If anyone asks, you can say you were hunting down the pass a couple of miles from here, and he stormed off. Will anyone believe that? More so than what really happened. My tone comes out more curt than I intended, and Sydney begins to bawl again. I kind of want to cry too. I squeeze Sydney's shoulder before letting go. As I turn and head back to the van, it's like this physical sense of dread is hugging me the closer I get. What fucking else can I do here? Turn Sydney into the cops? They won't understand. Even his mom wouldn't. She'd probably blame me as the bad influence that caused this to happen. As I near the abandoned van, I try not to look at the body. Just gotta find a good spot to start digging. There's 2 pinyon trees at the bottom of the nearby hill that are surrounded by thick undergrowth. That'll have to do. I just wish I had a shovel. Regardless, I begin to dig. And dig. And dig. And dig. I pull mounds upon mounds of soil out with my bare hands. Worms, spiders, all other sorts of creepy crawlies that probably make Chase freak out are everywhere. My hands start to feel raw, and I notice smears of blood on some soil I'm holding after a while. I can't stop now. This is already too suspicious. Hours pass. My aunt and uncle are probably wondering where I am. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. The truth? No. I'll just sneak in, act like I'm taking a shower and changing my clothes, then wash them when I get the chance. Think I finally get it deep enough, though my arms are numb as hell. I glance up the hill and see the very edge of Sydney's dad's foot. Just need to get this over with. A quick tug and haul and we'll be home free. I don't move. I just keep staring at it. Like it'll start twitching or something, and I'll hear his voice ask me what I'm doing. It's just so still. Like a rock. Empty. It reminds me of the upside down cockroaches that I find in the garage all the time. Just empty husks that once contained life and are now just a shell. I'm overcome with the notion that I really, really don't want to die. Eventually, without even realizing it, I managed to get my legs working again. I grasp the foot. As I pull it down the slope, it doesn't bend like I thought it would. Each movement of the joints kind of crackles with this horrible sound. I try to think of anything else to keep myself from throwing up. Gourmet salads, fishing trips, barbecues, my friends. The husk falls into the makeshift grave. For the first time I see his eyes, he's looking right at me. I always thought that looking at a dead person's eyes would be like seeing someone who is looking through you. But no, it's like he's focused on me. Fuck! Are you? I look down at Sydney's dad expectantly. No response. One of his arms is sticking up, frozen in rigor. It's too tall and could stick out the topsoil if the topsoil blew away. I take a deep breath and step down on it. Oh,
Mm,
fuck.
they had to make it crunch, didn't
They
they?
had to. I know what what they use for the crunch sound too. It's just a bunch of sticks. I know it is. Like, but still, God, it crunches like a bunch of dry twigs. I jolt back. Whoever is the sound director for this game is on point and is
Yep.
scary. Fuck. I scurry back up the hill, grabbing the rifle, the shell castings, and the dead duck for good measure. I toss it all into the pit before feverishly covering it with all the dirt. It's all at that point I notice Sydney standing nearby, clutching onto the trees like he's afraid he'll blow away. His brown cheek fur is matted with tears, and he wrings his heavy tail like a wet cloth. I make sure to cover his face as fast as possible, though I still think Sydney saw it. I wonder if he thought the eyes were looking at him too. I scoop up the last full mounds of dirt on top, wiping the blood off my jacket. I'm panting. Sydney looks from the grave to me. He opens his mouth, pauses, and quickly mutters, "Thanks, Flynn." I don't know what to say. Yeah. I nod for some reason. I manage to look him straight in the eyes this time. Where do you go from here? Something happens. It's something on his face. It's like he's not himself. We'll be okay. We're tough. None of this matters.